Let's understand the periodic table in a simple and exam-friendly way. So this is aimed at foundation, higher tier, combined science, triple science, does not matter. So this is for anyone who's taking GCSE Chemistry exam. Now, every atom has a nucleus in the center, which has protons and neutrons. Around the nucleus are electrons, and these electrons are arranged in shells. Now, simple rules for you to remember. The first shell after the nucleus can house a maximum of 2 electrons. Now, every shell after that can hold up to maximum of 8 electrons. This is what you need to know up until GCSE. Now, when it comes to GCSE chemistry, the most important electrons are the ones in the outermost shell. They're called the valence electrons. In fact, for most of your GCSE chemistry, you don't have to care about any other electrons apart from the outermost shell electrons. Now, this is where groups come in. Groups are the vertical columns you see on the screen. And each group number, what does it mean? The number of the group is telling you the number of valence electrons, that is the electrons in the outermost shell. For example, the only elements you need to learn for your GCSE chemistry are on the screen. So group 1 elements have 1 electron in their outer shell. Hydrogen, lithium, sodium, and potassium. These are the ones you need to learn the symbols, spellings, and how to use them in the chemical equations. These are metals, and they're very reactive. Now, group 2 has got 2 outer shell electrons, and the ones you need to know for the exam are beryllium, magnesium, and calcium. These are also metals, but they are less reactive than group 1. Now, jump to group 3 over the transition metals. Now, group 3 has 3 outer shell electrons, and the ones you need to know are boron and aluminium. These are still considered metals for GCSE purposes. Now, between group 2 and 3, you will see the transition metal. These are not drawn to scale in most diagrams, but examples you should recognize include iron, copper, and zinc. Now, looking at the non-metals, from group 4 onwards, you have your non-metals. And again, each group number is telling you the outermost shell electrons. So in group 4, you need to know about carbon. In group 5, you need to know about nitrogen and phosphorus. In group 6, you need to know about oxygen and sulfur. And group 7 are the halogens, which are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. Now, remember, whenever you're writing ionic formulae, the first half is always positive, and always your first half, the positive ions come from group 1, 2, and 3. That's for sure, nowhere else. And the negative ions come from group 5, 6, 7, or polyatomic ions. And I'll see you in the next video.